Let's quickly do number 3. We're going to do the same thing. Take a look. Here's your variables. Y. So capital Y equals yellow. And lowercase y equals green. So let's put all the combinations of the genotype now. Capital Y, homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive. Heterozygous, we have one big Y, one small y. Remember, heterozygous means different. Homozygous and dominant because it's the capital. Homozygous recessive because you have both lowercase. And then the heterozygote. These are the only 3 combinations that we can get when we cross these two with this type of inheritance. So what are the phenotypes for that? Well, 2 capital Y's is 2 yellows, so that's easy. Yellow. And 2 lowercase y's is 2 greens. Those are easy. But who wins in the heterozygote? When you have a yellow and a green, yellow is dominant, so you get 100% yellow. There is no blending. Okay, so let's just do it again. We're going to look. Okay, so now we're going to do our cross. It is asking for, it's different this time, 2 heterozygous pea plants. 2. And we're going to cross them. Which one's the heterozygous here? Is it this one, or this one? The heterozygote is this. And we're going to do times 2. So let's put it in here. Capital Y, lowercase y. Capital Y, lowercase y. When I looked at people's papers, I found that people did it very much like the top or the first one. I don't know, they maybe thought the question was the same. They did the cross it. They wrote this. Oh, it's going off the paper. Times this. And so if you don't get this correct, the whole thing's going to be wrong after that. So make sure you really read the question correctly. The next mistake people made is they didn't drop the genotypes into the proper place. So remember, this one we are going to drop down. And you're going to put one of the letters here and the other letter here. This one we're dropping on top of the square, and we're going to put one letter here, the capital here, and then the lowercase here. Now if you were to mix these up, it wouldn't change your outcome. So you don't have to worry about that. You have to make sure that both these letters are on top, but if you were to flip them, it's not going to change the outcome. And if you were to accidentally put this one on top and this one on the side, like over here, it's not going to change your outcome. So it doesn't totally matter, but it's good to be very consistent. And some teachers will want the female usually here and the male here. But it doesn't really change. And I don't, as long as you get the question right, I don't look at that. Okay, so here's the Y. I'm dropping it down here. And I'm putting this one down here. This is, here, wait, let me just change the color here. This is going to be a red Y. Y. So this is this Y. This is this Y. And this is their small y. It's going to be in here and in here. And we're going across this way, so I have the black y here, and you put it here, and I'm putting it here. This is a small y here and here. Now notice that this one has a small y before the big Y. It does not change the outcome. We still have a big Y and a small y, and that's all we know. We know the big Y is going to win. But by convention, you always want to write the big Y first and the small y. The capital letter goes first. So if I had an eraser, I'd erase this. In fact, we could do that. Now that you can see how it goes, I'll erase it. This is what I would do on my Punnett square, just so that I could just stick to the convention. I would just change my big Y over. So you can just change it. As long as they're both in the box, they're both going to give their traits, and the dominant's going to win. Okay, I'm going to write in the box now what we have. So we have yellow, so this is going to be yellow. If we have 2 big I's, it's going to be yellow. If we have a heterozygous, it's going to be yellow. And if we have a homozygous recessive, it's going to be green. So I'm going to start with the yellow ones. Here we have 2 dominant versions of the gene. So we have yellow and yellow, so this is yellow. Usually you want to write yellow in the box, so you might not have a yellow pen. This one is a capital Y and a lowercase y, so that is this guy, the heterozygote, it's yellow. And this one's capital Y, lowercase y, and it's yellow. The green is the lowercase y, the homozygous recessive, and this is the green. So I have three yellows, and I have one green, and both are out of 4. I could have 4 total. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 4. This equals 75%. Gone off the paper here. 3/4 is 75%. Yellow is our dominant trait. Dominant yellow, 75% yellow. 3/4. And green was 1/4, so that's 25%. I label it 1/4. And that's the answers to your test, to your homework there. If I was grading this, I would be checking if it would have the variables. Did you fill out the genotypes, the phenotypes? Did you put the cross? Did you put the genotypes in the cross? Did you drop the letters on top of the Punnett square? Did you fill in the Punnett square correctly? And I always start by looking if you have the percentage correct, because if you don't do any of those other steps correct, you're probably not going to get the percentage correct. So make sure you do all 5 steps.